Welcome to Brutal Damage. For our first battle report, we will be running the breakdown scenario from the Steamroller 2017 packet. As you can see here, there are two circular zones connected by one rectangular zone. Circular zones can be scored by units and warcasters, and square zones can be scored by warbeasts, warjacks, or warcasters. There are two line of sight blocking forests on the bottom right, a hill on the top, a hill on the left, two pieces of rough terrain towards the left hand side, and one piece of water towards the top of the map. So without further ado, let's get into the armies. Lylyth 2 captains the Legion side with a Carnivean and Bolt Thrower as part of her battle group. Solos for this list include Annyssa Ryvaal, a Strider Deathstalker, one Blighted Nyss Shepherd, and one Spell Martyr. Completing this 35-point list is a max unit of Blighted Nyss Raptors. Elara 2 leads the Retribution side with a Griffin and Imperatus in her battle group. One Arcanist Mechanic, Annyssa Ryvaal, the House Shail Artificer, and one Houseguard Thane round out the solos for Retribution. One full unit of Houseguard Halberdiers, complete with the Officer and Standard, and one Soulless Escort round out the list. Ret wins the roll and chooses a side. Legion deploys here, followed by Retribution's response, followed by Strider Deathstalker's advanced deploy. Prey goes up on the unit of Halberdiers. Legion, turn 1. The Deathstalker runs into the forest. The Spell Martyr follows suit and runs as well. Lylyth walks up a little bit shy of her full move, turns to the right, and spends 2 to put Mirage up on the Blighted Nyss Raptors. She then finishes the rest of her movement and ends in the rough terrain. The Raptors activate next and run half of their potential 18-inch move to threaten the board on the following turn. Annyssa Ryvaal moves up next to the Raptors to apply her Veteran Leader buff on the following turn. Carnivean activates and is forced to run, thanks to Pathfinder makes it through the rough terrain. The Nephilim Bolt Thrower is forced to run, and ends his activation next to Annyssa Ryvaal and the Carnivean. One Shepherd runs, and his comrade follows suit. Retribution, turn 1. After power up, the Artificer walks up and activates Force Wall. The Houseguard Thane moves up and gives Desperate Pace to the unit of Halberdiers, giving them 2 inches of extra movement. The Halberdiers activate and form a bubble around the Artificer so that they remain under the effect of Force Wall. Elara activates next and spends 2 to put Scything Touch up on Imperatus. She then walks up behind the Houseguard Thane. Imperatus contemplates positioning and runs up the board. Annyssa and the Griffin both walk up and end on top of the hill. The Mechanic activates and walks up behind Imperatus. Legion, turn 2. During the control phase, Lylyth leeches Fury from her Warbeasts and pays 1 to upkeep Mirage on the Raptors. The Raptors are each placed 2 inches up the board thanks to Apparition from Mirage. Lylyth activates first and walks her full speed. Lylyth casts Pincushion on the unit of Halberdiers and boosts to hit. Needing an 8 to hit, she makes it. Lylyth then feats, giving friendly faction models an additional range attack and Gunfighter. She takes a shot at a Halberdier needing a 7 to hit and under Pincushion hits. Crushing the damage roll, the Halberdier is killed, and Lylyth gets to Swift Hunter up 2 inches. Lylyth takes her Snapfire shot at the Artificer, and needing a 6, she hits. It's dice off 5 for damage, so Lylyth boosts, and leaves the Artificer on 1 box. The Carnivean charges, and prepares to take his Assault Spray. Catching 4 models with his spray, the Carnivean decides to boost to hit the front Halberdier. Needing an 11, the Carnivean hits and does enough damage to kill the Halberdier. The second model caught in the spray is the Halberdier Commander, who is missed. Another Halberdier Trooper is caught in the spray. The Carnivean boosts, needing an 11, and hits. It's dice off 4 for damage, and the Halberdier goes down. The Carnivean boosts to hit, needing a 10 on Artificer, and misses. The Deathstalker activates next and advances to get in range of the Artificer. Needing a 6 to hit, he misses, and takes a second shot thanks to Lylyth's feat, and is able to kill the Artificer. The Deathstalker takes her Swift Hunter 2-inch move backwards. The Nephilim Bolt Thrower activates next and walks up next to the forest. Taking a shot at Imperatus, he boosts to hit. Needing an 8 to hit, the shot connects with no crit, so Imperatus is not knocked down. The Bolt Thrower boosts damage at dice off 4 and does 7 damage to the force field. He boosts his feet shot, needing an 8, and hits with no crit again. It's dice off 4 for damage, so 1 more point of damage to Imperatus' force field. The spell Martyr runs to contest the leftmost zone. One Shepherd simply runs up to be closer to the action, and the other Shepherd is able to advance and remove 1 Fury point from the Bolt Thrower. Annyssa wants to activate first, but she is unable to fit between the Deathstalker and the Raptor. Instead, the Raptors activate and move up the field. After they have all advanced, the right Raptor takes his single shot since he is out of Lylyth's feet at the mechanic. Needing a 6 to hit, he makes it and doesn't need to roll damage to be able to kill the mechanic. Another Raptor takes a shot at a Halberdier, needing a 5 to hit, and makes it. It's dice off 8 for damage, and the Raptor kills the Halberdier. The same Raptor takes his feet shot at a Halberdier, needing a 5, and misses. The third Raptor takes a shot at the Halberdier on the left that is not in shield wall, needing a 5, and makes it. Needing a 4 to kill, the poison shot does enough damage. The third Raptor takes his feet shot at the Halberdier UA, needing a 5, and hits. It's dice off 8 for damage, and the UA is left on 2 health. The fourth Raptor takes his initial shot at a Halberdier, needing a 5 to hit, and makes it. Damage is dice off 8, and the Halberdier goes down. The fourth Raptor takes his feet shot at another Halberdier, needing a 5 to hit, and misses. The final Raptor takes his initial shot at the Halberdier. He is outside of Anyssa's leadership bubble, so he needs a 6 to hit. The shot is successful, and the Halberdier is not in shield wall, so dice off 4 kills the model. The last Raptor takes his feet shot at a Halberdier, needing a 6 to hit, and makes it. It's dice off 8 for damage, and the Halberdier dies. At the end of the Raptor's activation, they take their 5-inch reposition moves to try to block the line on Lylyth. Annyssa walks up and takes a shot at the Standard Bearer. Needing a 4 to hit, the shot connects. It's dice off 8 for damage, and the Standard Bearer goes down. Annyssa takes her second shot at the Soulless Escort, needing a 3 to hit and a 3 to kill, and makes it. She then takes her feet shot at Lylyth standing on a hill, needing a 10, and misses. Annyssa then completes her activation by repositioning a little bit to the left. Retribution, turn 2. Elara upkeeps Scything Touch on Imperatus, the Jax power up, and she divvies out 2 focus to both the Griffin and Imperatus. She then makes a 2-inch apparition move during the control phase. Annyssa activates first for Retribution and charges the Raptor, needing an 8 to hit. Annyssa connects, but her hate for the Blighted is not great enough, leaving the Raptor on 1 health. The Griffin activates next, spending 1 focus for Fleet, giving him an extra 2 inches of movement to be able to advance between the 2 Raptors. The Griffin needs an 8 to smack the Raptor to his left with a shield, but misses. He then boosts to hit his spear attack on the Raptor to his right, needing an 8 to hit, and connects. Boosting damage, the Griffin is able to kill the Raptor outright. Elara activates and feats, giving Retribution models Boundless Charge and Ghostly. Elara then charges the leftmost Raptor, needing a 7 to hit, boosts, and makes it. At dice even for damage, the Raptor dies. Blood Boon activates and Elara boosts a Convection at the other Raptor, needing a 7 to hit, and misses. The Halberdiers activate next and drop their mini-feat Team Effort, which effectively gives them gain. Thanks to practice maneuvers, all 3 Halberdiers are able to get charges on the remaining 2 Raptors. The first charge needs a 4 to hit because of a backstrike, and makes it. It's dice +1 for damage, and the Raptor is slain. The second charging Halberdier needs a 6 to hit and is successful. At dice -1, the final Raptor is killed. The Halberdiers reposition 3 inches back, ending their activation. Next, the Houseguard Thane activates and walks up within 5 inches of Lylyth to be able to shoot her through stealth. The Thane needs a 10 to hit and does not connect. The path to Lylyth is clear, and Imperatus activates, charging Lylyth. Imperatus boosts his charge attack, needing a 7 to hit, and makes it. It's dice +5 on the charge, and Lylyth evaporates. This results in a Retribution win and a GG. Hey everyone, this is Lance. Just wanted to say thank you for sticking around for Brutal Damage's first battle report. Matthew and I talked a little bit after the game and had some pretty interesting feedback, but we lost the audio, so unfortunately we won't be able to play that right now. We just wanted to say thanks again, and we'll see you guys next time.
Beware the vicious Pharaoh Gargantuan!